A local county fair is canceled. Countries are sending warnings about reopening. One industry is in recovery mode. How thermal scanners will help with reopening. And Disney is taking summer bookings. And there's officially a best time of day to exercise. We're going to compact all that into this 6 minutes of news with Gina Bullitt from KCTV5 News this morning.
We're about to have a lot of fun.
Let's have a lot of fun here today. All right. So unfortunately, we've seen cancellations. This is a local fair now. This is one of the first, I think, fairs we've heard about canceling, right?
Right. So Cass County officials announced this morning they are canceling the fair. There's just too many unknowns right now. So they feel like this is the safest option for everyone right now. And this conversation is happening all across the country with fairs. One that we're paying particular close attention to is the Iowa State Fair. So they're hoping to decide by mid-June. In 166 years, the Iowa State Fair is only canceled twice, for World War II and then the Spanish-American War.
That was like the late 1800s, wasn't it?
1898.
And that's a big political issue right there, because the presidential candidates always go to that and talk and everything.
I mean, everybody looks to that fair, so it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Okay, interesting. And then, of course, we're starting to see our reopening here in Kansas City. The U.S. is starting to gradually reopen, but we're starting to get a little bit of warning, it seems like, from other countries.
Yeah, so today, countries have loosened some restrictions, and today we've heard about a spike in several countries. So we're talking about South Korea, China, Germany, all seeing spikes. Health experts, they want more antibody testing to be done in the U.S. before we go to this all open idea, but the president, of course, is urging faster action. He's been criticizing Democrats for moving too slowly just for political reasons.
And what's one of the industries we're starting to kind of see move a little bit forward now is the automobile industry. Is that right?
Yeah, so for the first time in a couple of months, new cars are trying to pick back up, and they're starting to sell more of them. The end of April, sales were down 20% compared to last year. If you're in the market, though, for a used car, now is the time.
Oh, now's the time to go after it?
Go buy a used car, because the prices are super low, 34%. They're down from last year, but they're already starting to head back up. So if you are in the market for a used car, get out there and fast.
All right, that's got to be also good news for the automobile manufacturers here in Kansas City as well. I'm sure they're anxious to hear that and get back to work. One of the things we've been hearing a lot about are these thermal scanners and checking people before they go into places. What's the new word with these here today?
So a lot of companies, also government, we've been hearing about the idea of using these thermal scanners to see if people have a fever or not. But the thing is, these are not meant for medical reasons. So what they do is they take the temperature of the surface of your skin, not your internal core body heat, which is what a fever is from. So there's a little, there's some discrepancies when it comes to using this. I always say cold hands, warm heart. So if I had a fever, it might not show up in one of these.
I love it. Okay, well, one of the places they might take your temperature at before you go in could be Disney World. And now I hear they're starting to take bookings now to get into Disney World later this summer.
This is kind of wild. I just checked this before the show, and they are taking reservations for July on their website right now. So as of, always, since this all started, Disney's been closed. And they haven't given a reopening date. They still haven't, but they're allowing these bookings for July 1st. So that could be a sign of what's to come from Disney. Disney Springs, that's opening on May 20th, and it's going to reopen in phases. That's really the most we've heard from Disney, except for Disney Shanghai did open this week.
That was yesterday, I think.
Right, and that's at 30% capacity.
Wow. So I'm sure we'll see the same thing here. Lower capacity. They'll be screening everybody once they get in, and questioning everybody before they go in if they've been sick or not. But how interesting! I mean, we were just in Disney World last year, and I know our planner just posted something on Facebook this morning about how excited she was to get back to start getting people booked for their trips or whatever.
So soon, right? July.
You know what? I've been on both sides of the fence to this whole thing. People need to get back to work. We need to start driving this economy again, but do I want to go out necessarily?
I know.
And
it's crazy.
It's one of those things. And there's eventually, let's move on to the next story here, because this is something that I've been trying to get a hold on ever since I started my workout regimen here towards the end of February, beginning of March. There's a best time of the day to exercise. What is it, and why am I not doing it right?
Exercise, not extra fries, everybody, right? Okay, so the ideal time, scientists say the ideal time to exercise is in the morning before you eat breakfast. So exercise on an empty stomach.
Yes.
Supposedly that helps you burn the most calories, gives you that extra edge, burning the stored fat that you have. And then this is an also added benefit. You supposedly have less of an appetite as you go through your day if you work out in the morning. I just want to tell you that yesterday I burned 1,200 calories.
Whoa.
Yeah, I burned a pizza in the oven.
There it is. Well, you guys, Gina's going to take over the rest of the show today. I'm just going to sit here and
You
read
know what we
about
didn't talk about? I just remembered. Sorry, this just came to me. Disney Plus. They just made a really cool announcement.
Yes, I'm totally excited about this. Lin-Manuel Miranda, of course, he wrote Hamilton.
Yes.
And they're going to bring Hamilton, the movie, to Disney Plus starting on July the 3rd. So if you want to know where Gina and I will be, we'll be in front of a screen somewhere that has Disney Plus watching Hamilton, because I couldn't afford to go see it on Broadway.
So if real Disney ends up not opening, you can turn on Disney Plus and watch Hamilton.
Exactly. She is Gina Bullard from KCTV5 News this morning, and she burns pizza in the oven.
1,200 calories.